Hello, hello, and welcome back around the boxes. We're starting a little early today. I'm sorry if someone was waiting for 2 o'clock. I was ready to go 10 minutes early, so I decided, you know what? Let's be early today. But, man, this lighting is terrible. Actually, I can fix that. Don't worry. I totally forgot that I normally set that up there just to help a little bit. But how are we doing, guys? We are back around the boxes this fine Thursday. Been a little bit of a weird schedule with around the boxes lately. I haven't been doing it every week. I haven't always been doing it on Wednesdays. It's just been a lot going on in life. So we're just trying to scrape by. But we got it going. My hair is a mess, as always. I need a haircut, as always. I don't know. I always see myself in the video and I'm like, oh my god, I need a haircut. And I try not to just check myself out the whole time, but probably gonna be a shorter episode today. Which you can obviously tell if you're watching this as a VOD. Don't have a whole lot of comics, mostly just new pickups from the last 2 weeks. A couple books here, some other things. But yeah, probably gonna keep it kind of brief. Still, if you've seen any of my content in the last couple of weeks, either around the boxes or the Webheads Comic Club, I'm sure you've heard me gasping for air as I'm talking. Still having that going on, so that's why it might be a little bit shorter, because I'm still not feeling great. I did get some good news recently. We think, a solid diagnosis, so hopefully that will be better soon. I won't get into it too much, because I don't think anyone here really cares about my medical journey. But I'll probably talk about it more at a later point, just because it's something that I do want to share. But so I might be gasping for air a little bit filming this, but I'm going to try not to. Because the thing is, I don't actually need to gasp for air, if that makes sense. My lungs are perfectly fine. We checked them out. Well, I guess like I mentioned, it's basically, I've had COVID and a bunch of other things, and then I've been having chest tightness and feeling like I can't breathe. But no matter, oh my god, I'm trying to fix my hair. I'm really trying. But no matter what we would do, we would check things out. We couldn't find any reason why I was feeling that way. My lungs are fine. I'm getting plenty of oxygen, all of that. So it was kind of frustrating for a time not having a proper diagnosis. But now we know it's anxiety, which is not exactly news to me. I mean, I've known that I have anxiety. The only reason I bring it up here is so A, you guys kind of understand why I'm gasping for air so much, and B, just because I know there's lots of people out there who have anxiety, and, you know, I think it's something that should be talked about. But, yeah, I've known that I've had anxiety for years, but I've never really been properly diagnosed or medicated. And it seems that lately, the last 6 to 8 months, kind of stressful time in my life. I mean, moving and transitioning and new job, and then having COVID and missing work and all of that just kind of kicked my anxiety into next gear. So I am finally getting on some medication for it, and that is basically probably most likely what has been causing the tightness in my chest and the feeling like I can't breathe, which is why I'm constantly gasping for air. So hopefully that should be resolving soon. I'm now, you know, it takes a while for the medication to kick in, but hopefully that'll be a solution, and I can get back to some sense of normal, because this year so far has been interesting, to say the least. But, yeah, so just in case anyone was wondering, that's the update on that. I'm not dying. I don't actually have COVID or anything like that. I think it was just kind of a combination of having COVID and then missing work and being anxious about COVID kind of kicked in the anxiety symptoms, and then I was anxious about those symptoms, not realizing the causality there. It's a whole thing, but I'm doing good, basically. I'm feeling optimistic for the first time in a while, so that's positive. But enough about me, enough about anxiety. That's not fun. We want to talk about comic books, all right? First thing I picked up that I wanted to show is not actually a comic book, but I figured I'd show it here because it is kind of in the same realm. I picked up a new Funko Pop, which, as you guys may know, I don't know if I've really talked about this that much on the channel, but I kind of collect Funko Pops in the sense of I don't buy them super regularly. It's not like it's not like a new set comes out and I'm like, I need to buy every one in a set. Like, that's a proper Funko collector. I buy very selectively. So if I see a Funko Pop that I really like, I buy it, and then I have a collection of maybe 20 or so that I've gotten over multiple years. They're actually stuffed in my closet right now. I'm trying to get a shelf set up somewhere, but I saw this Funko Pop at Target, and I went ahead and got it. It is an art series for the Infinity Saga, and it is Thor. The reason I chose to get this one, they also had Captain America, they had Iron Man. First of all, he's purple. Purple's my favorite color, so I loved that. But second of all, Thor really is my second favorite superhero. So, I mean, there's no SpiderMan one. So out of all of the ones that there was, Thor was definitely my top choice. But part of the reason I got this, I mean, it is a cool Funko Pop, but it also came in one of these hard cases, which I did not keep it in. I actually put my Stan Lee convention exclusive pop into the hard plastic case because this is probably my most valuable Funko Pop. It's also my first Funko Pop that I ever got. I bought this at MegaCon in 2014. It was the same convention that I got my 2 and my 3 signed by Stan Lee. So this Funko Pop is very special to me, and so I got it in the hard case, which came with this. So I thought that was pretty cool. But this is another cool Funko Pop. Like I said, I'm gonna try and get them set up somewhere, and then I might do like over on my TikTok or Instagram, I might show my collection. If you're interested in what Funko Pops I do have, go and follow me there. I need to update this. This is inaccurate. I have DA Comics on here, which is the channel you're watching right now, so I don't know why that's on there. And then it's missing my TikTok and my Instagram. So links should be in the description, or you can go to my channel and go in the links at the top right. I've been posting daily on TikTok, which I'm proud of myself for, because I've been trying to get going on there, but it's hard to... Why are you making noises? Watch. It's hard to get things consistent, but no, I just don't want noise. There we go. But I've been posting daily on TikTok. I wouldn't, let me show you guys. Let me show you what I'm kind of doing over there. It's nothing too fancy. Nothing too fancy, but I just want to show you. So if you come over here, it is, you can't really see it under my head, but it's at DA_Comics on TikTok. And obviously we have clips and announcements for new episodes of Webheads, but we also have some showcases. Just showcasing different comics that I have in the collection. So this is obviously Death of the Green Goblin. Got the Green Goblin music in the background. We got Electro was the one I posted today. So just kind of different. I don't know how loud that music is for you guys, but it is loud for me. Just different showcases of comics in my collection. That's something I'm going to be doing more like every day, pretty much, as well as some other things. But if you're interested in that, maybe consider checking it out. I would really appreciate that. But aside from that, so yeah, I will also be posting on there, probably showing my Funko Pop collection whenever I get that hung up. I kind of want to do like a room tour. I don't think I would do that on YouTube, but I think I would do that on TikTok. So if you want to see a room tour and see everything I have set up in my office and my comic collection, my D&D stuff, my Magic stuff, Warhammer stuff, Funko Pops, all of that, go and follow on TikTok, because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming over there, as well as Instagram. It'll be in both places. So if you only have one of them, you can follow on whichever one's your favorite. If you have both of them, you can follow on both of them. But I'm trying to post very regularly on there, so I will definitely really appreciate if you guys would go follow. But that's the first part of my pickups. Got my Funko Pop and put them in the back right there. Put Stanley right there as well. I don't know where I should put them in the room. I want to put them somewhere, but I don't know where. I need to redo this room, so I might wait on the room tour, because I might be redoing the room. I don't want to do the room tour and then redo the room. So that will come later. But let's jump into the comic books. I've been rambling for how long are we going now? Almost 10 minutes. This is my stack of comics this week. Not a whole lot, like I said. Don't have much money to be spending on back issues right now. What with missing all the work that I have and everything like that, so, and medical bills. So gonna be a little bit before I get any like crazy back issues. Like if I get more CGC books, stuff like that, I definitely really want to, but I just got to get kind of stabilized before I do dive into that again. So for now, it's just going to be some new books. I might pick up some like cheap back issues, but we're just kind of keeping it chill. Anyway, diving in. This first book, I didn't even know was coming out. Well, it's Black Panther 3, Legacy 200, second printing. I didn't know they were coming out with a second printing of this, and I talked about it in last episode or the episode before that. My store sold out of Black Panther 3. I tried to buy it online, and it was sold out everywhere, or if I could find it, it was like $30. And I just can't be spending $30 on one new book in a series that I don't really care as much about. I was mostly just concerned about reading it so that I could continue with the series. So I saw this on the shelf and I decided to pick it up just so that I could read the actual book. It bothers me as a collector having a second printing and not the first printing, especially if I do continue to pick up the series and I have like a run. That will bother me a little bit, but I'll get over it. It's Black Panther. It's not exactly one of my favorite characters or favorite books. But as far as the story, it was pretty good. It felt kind of underwhelming. Didn't seem like anything that major was happening. I guess it's just popular because it's issue 200. But my store also sold out of issue 4. So I ordered that online because that's not as crazy expensive as this. So that one's coming in the mail probably next week. So I should have that next episode. But trying to continue picking up this book, but it keeps selling out, man. It's a popular one. I don't know why. I mean, it's good, but it hasn't really blown me away. I don't know if maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments. Next book. I picked up Fantastic Four number 41. This is continuing the Reckoning War. And honestly, I'm kind of bored with it. Reckoning War is not that interesting to me. And that's really weird. Because I shouldn't say that. It is interesting. I just haven't been invested in it. Like, I have not been looking forward to the next issue, and when things have happened, I haven't been, like, that crazy about it. Like, a lot of cool stuff has happened, like seeing the Watchers and having Galactus and Silver Surfer and all of that. Or I guess he's the Destroyer or whatever he's called. It's super cool, but I don't know. It just hasn't hooked me, and I think that's the problem right now. So maybe it's the boring cover. I don't know what it is, but I just wasn't that invested in Reckoning War, personally, so far. So I don't have much else to say about it, really. She-Hulk, number 2. This book was okay. It was about the same as issue 1, which if you saw me discussing issue 1, I was a little disappointed because I was really excited to read some proper She-Hulk. I've never really read a She-Hulk comic. I've only read the hulked out version in the Avengers run. That's just been happening. So I was really excited to read some proper She-Hulk, and I feel like they haven't really introduced the character that much. It feels more like they're writing this book for fans of the old She-Hulk comics, which is a good thing. But as a person who hasn't read those old comics, as a new reader, I'm kind of lost. Because this character has returned. I can't even remember his name. But this character has returned, and it's obviously a reference to some old comics with She-Hulk that I never read. So I wish they would make it a little bit more friendly to new readers, but I'm sure I'll pick up on it quickly enough. I mean, I'm still following the story. It's just hard for me to be invested in it when I don't really know the history here. But all in all, it's good. It's good. I do enjoy it. And I'm glad to be reading a little bit more She-Hulk, because with the show coming up, I wanted to know a little bit more about her character, and I do think her character is really cool. The concept of a superhero lawyer, kind of on the opposite end of Daredevil. I mean, Daredevil's like underworld, secret identity, a little bit darker, and this is more like I'm an open superhero lawyer, and that is that's interesting. I like that as a character. Next up, we have Devil's Reign, number 5. This was very good. I really liked this issue, especially the ending. I think this really was a turning point in the series. I mean, obviously, it's the penultimate issue right before the end. I think Kingpin's days as mayor are coming to an end. Spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't read this issue yet. Obviously, him attacking who he thought was Matt Murdock at the end, but was actually his brother, which I don't really know that history. I haven't read the comics that set that up, but it's been easy enough to follow. And it was very interesting. And I think they're starting a new Daredevil run pretty soon, and I'm probably going to pick that up. So I do really like Daredevil's character, but that scene at the end felt like it was right out of a Netflix show. I mean, it was the same atmosphere. It was kind of dark, and I don't know how to describe it, but I liked it a lot. I think this has been a pretty good event. It feels weird that it's already about to end. I mean, I feel like there's still so much more, like, there's so much to be resolved. I don't know how they're going to resolve everything in one issue, but we'll have to wait and see. Next book, we have Strange, #1. I wanted to pick this up because for a while now I have wanted to pick up Doctor Strange comics. But he hasn't really had a main series recently. And he had the Death of Doctor Strange series, which I missed out on a little bit. But that was obviously setting this up, which is the new Sorcerer Supreme. It's her, who I honestly don't know her name. I know her last name is Strange. That's why it's not Doctor Strange, it's Strange. I did enjoy this book. It still has the same atmosphere of a Doctor Strange book, which is what I was looking for. And she's obviously trying to resurrect Stephen Strange. And I would bet that this will not last very long. It's kind of a marketing thing. You know, they kill Doctor Strange. They go, Strange #1, new Sorcerer Supreme, buy our comic book. And then after this falls off, after, let's see, the next couple of months, then right around the time when Multiverse of Madness is going to come out, Stephen Strange is back. Doctor Strange, issue #1. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that announced very soon. Or at least him coming back in this book or something. I mean, I think there's no way Doctor Strange doesn't come back around the time of Multiverse of Madness, if not a little bit after it. So it feels more like a limited series than a main series, but I'm here for it. I enjoyed it. I'm interested. I'm going to pick up the next book, and I'm going to try and pick up Doctor Strange from here on out because he's a really cool character, and I'd like to read more of his comic books. Next, oh man, we got to talk about this one. Venom, #6, Legacy 206. This book was the first Venom book that I actually kind of liked in this series. Obviously, there's been other Venom books that I loved, but I have been very critical about this series so far. You guys know this. And I still have the same complaints. I don't like the artist. I was hoping with a new storyline they would have a new artist, but nope, same guy. Don't like him. But what I liked about this book is I got to see what I bought this book for, which was just Dylan Brock being Venom, doing superhero things. It's kind of setting up a different storyline, because the first storyline I think I just wasn't a big fan of. I don't think it was a good way to start the Venom series. I mean, everyone was going into this book thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be Dylan Brock as Venom fighting street level crime, and it's going to be Eddie Brock on a cosmic level. And then they immediately killed Eddie and sent him off on his own storyline, and then sent Dylan off on his own storyline, and I just wasn't interested in either of those. So now that those have kind of come to a resolution, and we can dive into the next storyline, I'm not getting the Eddie Brock that I wanted, but I'm getting the Dylan Brock being Venom, street level fighting, things like that. So I liked it better than the first 5 issues. Still not loving it. I mean, I'm not sold on it. It's not anywhere close to the last Venom run, but definitely an improvement. I think this storyline is going to be a lot better than the first storyline. I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot more. What I really want is a different artist. Bring back Ryan Stegman. I wish that I could have picked up the last run as it came out, because I obviously read the whole run after it was done, but I wish more than anything that this book would be written by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, because that's just the dream team for Venom, honestly. But speaking of Donny Cates, though, I still love that guy, because he is writing my Thor issue #23, Legacy 749. We are coming up on a key issue next issue. And now this is the finale of God of Hammers, and it's really the first time you get to see King Thor in full force. He has the full Odin Force, or whatever it's called, and he is a bad ass. So I really enjoyed this book. It did feel like it kind of just resolved the God of Hammer storyline pretty easily. Like, they set up a huge threat, and then in the last issue it was like, alright, now I win. So that was a little, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but it just kind of came to an abrupt ending. But next issue I'm really looking forward to, because it's going to be issue 750. They're bringing back a lot of creators who have worked on Thor from over the years. It's going to be the funeral of... I don't know if this is a spoiler, so if you're worried about spoilers. The funeral of Odin, who died last issue. So that's going to be a really good one. I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope this run keeps going, man. Donny Cates, he's doing a good job. I love this Thor run. I think he just does a great job any run. Like, he did the Venom run, amazing. Thor run, amazing. Hulk run, not so much. But that's my fault, you know. Last couple of books we're going to talk about. is obviously, and of course, and no surprise here, The Amazing Spider-Man. We have The Amazing Spider-Man 91 and 92. Now, I wanted to talk about these a little bit. As you guys know, if you saw last episode of Around the Boxes, I really loved issue 89 and 90. They were written by Patrick Gleason, I believe, and art by Mark Bagley. Awesome creative team. If they did a whole run with them, I would be happy. And it felt like a very abrupt change going into 91, which this has been happening the whole of Beyond. I mean, jumping between creators, but it hasn't felt so disorienting because it's always been like one-off stories, right? They'd have like a one-issue storyline, then it'd be a new creator with a new issue storyline and kind of jumping around. And Beyond kind of felt like a anthology. It felt like an anthology series where it was a bunch of small stories written by a bunch of different creators. But the problem is now that we're gearing up to the finale of Beyond, it's all kind of one continuous story, which is what comic books usually are. And so issue 90 continued straight into issue 91. And I could feel the difference between the writers. And honestly, I don't want to criticize Kelly Thompson too much. I really didn't enjoy these issues as much as I did 89 and 90. I feel like 89 and 90 were 9 out of 10, really good. Like, I'm going to remember them for a long time. Up there for Amazing Spider-Man issues. Probably some of my favorites out of Beyond. And then it dropped off significantly to this book, which just was not good. And then jumping into 92, which had the new lizard character, Vampire Lizard. I just didn't care. And so it was so shocking to me, like going from those creators and the difference in quality and the difference in storytelling, and I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, let me open up 91 and see if it reminds me a little bit of what I was kind of feeling. But it just felt like such a shock. I mean, Ben Reilly and Peter interacting was okay. It just felt so goofy all of a sudden. And it went from very serious issues. I mean, 89 and 90 were very dark, very serious. And now it's just like, here's these cute little things, and he's throwing up and whatever. And obviously Ben Reilly is messed up. There's something wrong with him. He doesn't have a sense of morality. But I don't know. These issues really suffered from what I was worried about when Beyond started, which was the jumping between writers. And I was very much aware of that for these issues. So this was the first time that it really bothered me. And the rest of Beyond, it worked fine. Like I said, it was kind of an anthology. But this just felt... It was like if you were watching a TV show and one episode continued into the next, and you had two amazing episodes directed by some director. And then all of a sudden the next episode's directed by a completely different director, written by a different writer. And it's noticeably worse in quality. And if you're watching that show, you're gonna sit there and be like, whoa, what just happened? Like, this is not what I was expecting coming from those. And that's what it felt like with these comic books. So, all in all, 91, 92, I would rate them pretty low in the Beyond saga. I think what I'm gonna do is, not next week, but 2 weeks from today, the week where Amazing Spider-Man 93 comes out, which is the last issue of Beyond, I think I'm going to do an overall review of Beyond as a whole. I'll probably rank all of the comic books. I might do a tier list and do like S tier Beyond issues, A, B. These will definitely be D's or F's. But I'm going to go through and kind of discuss my thoughts of Beyond as a whole, now that it's coming to an end. And then we'll probably be doing some predictions for the new run. So that'll be not next week, but the week after that. So next week we'll have just a standard Around the Boxes, but we'll have a special episode for the last one of Beyond. And we'll kind of talk about all of that. So stay tuned for that. I might see if I can get some guests for that. So we'll have a good time for that one. But with that said, that's all the comics I picked up. So I would say my favorite pickup of the week would probably have to be... You know, none of these are really bangers. I would probably have to say Thor would be my pickup of the week just because it is a great book. But it wasn't necessarily a mind-blowing book. I think none of these really blew me away. I'm looking forward to issue 93. I don't know who's writing 93. Let's see. Amazing Spider-Man 93. Comes March 30th. And Zeb Wells. Okay, that makes sense. Zeb Wells, art by Patrick Gleason. So that I'm pretty excited for. Zeb Wells is a good writer. He's obviously writing the new run. Yeah, I believe so. So that should be really good. And then Patrick Gleason is a great artist. So that'll be an awesome issue. I'm looking forward to that. And then we dive into Volume 6, which is Zeb Wells and John Romita Jr. So, yeah. I don't know what's going to happen in 93. They keep teasing that there's going to be some big, huge cliffhanger ending, like something crazy is going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. So that's why I'm holding off my predictions for the new run until after I read that. So that'll be the episode on March, March 30th. Be either the 30th or 31st. We'll be talking about all of those. And that should be a good time. So thank you guys for watching. I think I'm going to end it here. Appreciate you guys tuning in to these videos. I really appreciate when you guys hit that like button or leave me a comment down below. I read every single comment, and I always appreciate it when you guys do comment. If you didn't see it, go and check out our last episode of Webheads Comic Club. We did change some things around for this episode. I think it's honestly probably our best yet. That we've done of the podcast. So if you've missed the first 5, that's okay. You don't have to start from the beginning. I recommend starting from the beginning, but you do not have to. But episode 6 was live a day ago, and we have a new episode coming next Monday. So we're getting back on a weekly schedule. So there's no better time than now to tune in and catch up. So definitely go and check that out if you haven't already. And like I said, I'm not going to advertise myself too much. But if you go on my YouTube channel, you can see the links here. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, the other YouTube channel. Go and follow those. I need to actually add... I am back on Twitch. I don't know if I should show this live right now. If you're on Twitch, I'm going to be streaming on Twitch a little bit. DA_Comix on Twitch. I'm going to be doing gaming streams over there. The reason I'm not doing those on the gaming channel is because YouTube streaming just does not work as well for gaming. So I'm keeping the gaming channel in my back pocket. I'm going to have some sort of content on there. I don't know what yet. So obviously I haven't really been uploading to it. It's just kind of been in the background. I've been focusing on this channel. But I am going to start streaming on Twitch, probably playing Destiny, maybe playing, Sea of Thieves, Call of Duty, other games. With JP and some of my other friends. So if you want to go and follow there, I will appreciate that as well. I need to add that link to my channel here. But anyway, that's enough self-promotion. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you on Monday. Well, I'll see you on TikTok and on Twitch before Monday. But on this channel, Monday for Webheads, probably.